Hi everyone. This is my first YouTube live. Thank you for joining us for the premiere. I'm a little bit hungover, so I'm sorry that I'm not all together here. Thank you for the cues. I guess I'll answer some cues. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite videos that we've ever made. Adam Kolodny. Shout out to my number one collaborator. Really pulled out all the stops for this one. Had such a great crew. Some unexpected turns. This is I guess I shouldn't reveal too much, but this ended up being like a epilogue that comes before another video. So I saw a question if there was going to be another single, and there is going to be one more single before the album releases on June 4th, and I can't wait for you to see it. It is epic. I think it's maybe our best video yet. So yeah, let's see. Some cues. I'll go up in the chat. Hello from Korea. Hello. I miss Korea so much. My friend Peter Ashley is there right now and eating really good food, and I'm very jealous. Why did you choose to use the name Japanese Breakfast as your stage name? Instead, you are Korean, right? That is correct. I'm stupid, and I used to have a Tumblr that followed a lot of like anime gifs, and this was a really long time ago. I had no idea that this many people would actually listen to my bands, and so I was just like, oh, this is a nice animated gif of a Japanese breakfast. It is a nice image. I'll name my band that. Why did you decide to name the album Jubilee? Also, what vegetable or fruit are you holding on the cover, and is there a significance to that? Been wondering since day one. Angelica, thank you for asking. I named the album Jubilee because it is an album about joy, and I knew very early on that I wanted the theme to be like joy, and the color yellow was really important to me. And Jubilee is like a year of release, and I felt like after writing 2 albums about grief and trauma and suffering, I wanted to write something on the total opposite end of the spectrum, and I just felt really ready to embrace feeling in this new way, and so all of the songs are sort of about joy or embracing feeling in some way. The fruit on the cover are persimmons, which are pretty popular fruit in East Asia, at least, and in Korea and in Japan, and I think Taiwan, they will hang the persimmons. They'll peel them and they'll hang them, and they start off as sort of like very vibrant, but really hard, tough, like bitter fruit, and then they'll sort of mature into sweet, uh, soft dried fruit. And I thought it was a really lovely metaphor for, being known for this sort of narrative of like grief and sadness, and sort of letting my environment mature me into something sweeter. Any collabs on the album? All the love from the Middle East. Very cool. Yes, we have Jack Tatum from Wild Nothing produced 2 of the tracks. He produced Be Sweet and this song, Posing in Bondage. Alex G worked on Savage Good Boy with me, and Ryan Galloway from the band Crying worked on the song Slide Tackle. We also had some great musicians like Molly Germer, who played violin, and Adam Schatz of the band Landlady play sax. And of course, my longtime collaborator and very good friends, Craig Hendricks, who plays live drums in the band, also co-produced the album with me. For Be Sweet, did you work with Wild Nothing? Yes, I worked with Jack, who is amazing and a real like sonic tonal wizard. Will 2042 and Posing in Bondage be on the album? 2042 is not on the album. Posing in Bondage is on the album. We're about to watch the premiere for that song. The song has been reworked quite a bit. When we produced Posing in Bondage, it was for the Polyvinyl 7-inch series, and it was it was the whole point of it was that it was on a 4 track, and so we kind of, like, spent most of our time we do this a lot where we'll spend, like, kind of a lot of time on one song, and then the other one gets the sort of short end of the stick, and I always really liked the song Posing in Bondage. I really loved the lyrics and the melody, and, we were sort of rushing through that one on the 4 track, so it came out, like, pretty lo-fi, and I just felt like it deserved, um I just I felt it deserved better and, kind of should have a life of its own, on this album because I thought it was really beautiful. So I sent the song to Jack, Tatum of Wild Nothing, and, he just made it into such a beautiful, really, like, fraught and, like, elegant song, and it was really the vibe that I was after, and I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you aren't annoying about, wishing it was like the demo. Hi, Rory. See Rory in the chat. See Ryan Madison in the chat, LOLing. If you could choose someone to collaborate with, who would you choose? I'm gonna say I'm really jealous. I saw that I forget his name, but there's a new book that's coming out as a series with Chan-wook Park directing, and I would love to do something with Chan-wook Park as a director. I would love him to direct a music video. Maybe we can make that happen, Ryan. It's probably $1,000,000 music video. Um, I see some folks from India, very cool. I would love to tour India. I don't know of that many artists who've done that, and, when I was a teenager, I went to India and had a wonderful time. I play a lot of Indian men on the chess.com app, and every time I see the flag, it makes me want to go back there. Are you planning some online lives when the album is released? I think so. We are planning some really special live streams that will come up, but I'm not sure entirely when they will be. Super random, but are you a fan of Patty Harrison? I saw her posting about this video. Oh, really? And it was crazy to see 2 of my faves in the same circle. That's really funny because I actually reached out to her to play one of the roles and she never hit me up, but I'm really, really happy that Harmony is in this video and she looks just stunning. But yeah, I love Patty Harrison. I think she's a real weirdo, and I really like her sense of humor. She's good friends with my friends Sasami and Leticia, and I can't I would love to see Patty Harrison and Sasami in a room because they seem like the 2 weirdest people I know. Um, my favorite Wong Kar-wai movie is a tough call. I feel like this is a really goofy analogy, but I feel like In the Mood for Love is like the Final Fantasy VII equivalent of Wong Kar-wai films in the sense that like everyone cool says that that's the greatest one. It probably is the greatest one. It makes me not want to say it's the greatest one to be a contrarian. Um, so I would have to say I think I felt the most it's a real tie between Chungking Express and, Happy Together. I think Happy Together, like, has, like, haunted Chungking Express was my first Wong Kar-wai movie that I've ever seen, and so it holds, like, a really special place in my heart, and I think that it's, like, so fun and the imagery is so fantastic, but I think Happy Together, like, has so much great depth to it and, is very is maybe my true favorite. What an analogy. FF7 is the best. I'm a big, like, Final Fantasy VIII, fan, but it's cool that you're basic. I love it when there are messages that are held for review, and I saw one, comment that was like, "I liked it when you used the flashlights as dicks in the Be Sweet video, and it hid it because it thought it was being inappropriate." Biggest inspiration for this album. Beyond the theme of joy, I was listening to a ton of Kate Bush when I was making this record, and I feel like, Kate Bush was maybe the primary influence on this record. I was also thinking a lot of, like, what, sort of, uh, what are they called? Legend artists? What am I thinking of? Marquee artists or legacy artist. Yeah. Legacy artists, like, careers, what they were doing, for their 3rd record. I was thinking a lot about that. You def give me Renoa vibes. Thanks for calling me basic. Uh, thank you. I feel like in retrospect, Renoa is probably really annoying, like manic pixie dream girl type. But in middle school, I was so obsessed with Renoa that I tried to like get a dress that looked like the one that she wears to the ball, that like white crisscross dress. And I also dyed a blonde streak in my hair to look like Renoa. It's really embarrassing. Um, what was the process for writing your book and this new album? Did one follow the other, or were they sort of simultaneous? Kind of both. I finished writing the first draft of the book in October or September of 2019, I think. And one thing that's really nice about writing a book is that like there's a lot of built-in sort of perspective that you get. Um, from working with an editor. So I sent my I hope it doesn't look like I'm naked. I am wearing a shirt. Uh I sent the book to my editor, the first draft in like October or September, and she had it for like 3 to 5 months. And so I had this sort of 3 to 5 month gap where I was waiting for my edits and was like, this is a great time to write and record a record. So the record was largely written and recorded from September, October to December 2019. And yeah, and that's that. I feel like in a lot of ways I was able to write this album because I had kind of like unloaded a lot of the things that were still on my chest about grief and that sort of experience, and sort of move on to another topic. And yeah, I mean, after, like, the loneliness and isolation and the real, like, intensity of writing a book, it was, like, so fun for me to, like, dive back into making music again because it was such a familiar medium for me and, like, so much more collaborative that it just felt like I was collapsing into a bed that I knew. Um, will In Hell be getting a rework as well? I know it was a bonus track on one of the versions of your last album. Have you guys heard In Hell? I mean, I feel like that was, it was just for the bonus Japanese deluxe version. I don't know if it like really made its way out there, but it was slightly reworked for this album. Maybe less so than this song, but yeah, it's another one of those songs that I felt like was too good to live on as a bonus track. It needed to have its rightful place on an album. Maybe that's cheating. I don't know. How much of the Sable soundtrack has vocals, if you can say? There's a lot of, like, ambient vocals that I do that there are no lyrics, on a number of the songs. There are only 2 songs no, there are 3 songs that have, actual vocals and lyrics on the album, on the soundtrack. The soundtrack is almost 2 hours long. I think it's an hour, maybe an hour and 40 minutes long, and there are 30, I think 32 tracks, and 3 of them, have vocals and lyrics. Well, Puba, you're gonna have to listen to In Hell again. Did you try re-recording 2042 for Jubilee? I did not try re-recording that song. That song is fine and didn't need to be redone, I think. When is the game coming out? I think the game is definitely gonna come out late this year, so it's gonna be a real tsunami of, like, stuff released this year. The year of release. How much fun was your part in the show Search Party, and how did that role come about? I'm told, or I've seen an interview where Carrie Brownstein says that she requested me, but I don't know if I believe her. I would love to, fully accept that, but I can't. I just got hit up, like, a few days before the shoot, and I was asked if I could learn the Boyz II Men cover on the guitar because they need a guitar player. And, yeah, so I was living in Philly at the time, and I took, the Chinatown bus up to Brooklyn. I crashed at my friend Adam, the cinematographer's house, and, got a call time for, like, 9 a.m., and they filmed it across the street from Baby's in that, like, big sort of bank type building, and, yeah, they were like, "Please come early," and then they, like, typically I was just in holding with, like, a bunch of extras, for, like, a really long time, and my shot didn't happen till, like, the end of the day. And Meredith Hagner was like I was so nervous. I actually, like, hate to be on camera, and get weirdly really nervous about it. Also, like, it's Carrie Brownstein. I'm playing guitar in front of Carrie Brownstein, and, but it was funny because Meredith Hagner, the lead actress in there, like, was also really nervous because she and I was like, "Why are you nervous? You're on the show all the time." But she was really nervous because she doesn't, like, sing often, and, like, she, wanted to, like, rehearse with me a lot. So at one point, she, like, took me to another room and was like, "Carrie, can you please, like, watch us rehearse the song?" And so that was really nerve-wracking because I was, like, in a room, like, with the lead, actress, like, who's very, very nice, and, Carrie Brownstein, like, literally playing guitar as we were, like, rehearsing the song. But yeah, I mean, it was so amazing to get to see, like, something on that scale, be shot. It was like a wedding scene, so it was, like, so many people, so much crew, and, like, so many extras, and it was really inspiring to see Carrie Brownstein, who's, like, also, like, such an, like, a true polymath and like, just have, like she's just, like, wearing her little blazer, looking, like, so professional, and, it was really inspiring to see her, like, direct, such a huge production, and know her from, this, like, amazing rock band. I heard you were doing Chris Swanson. Chris Swanson? I don't think that's the Chris Swanson. Heard you were doing the audio reading for your upcoming memoir. Were there any parts difficult to get through while reading? Yeah, I thought that I was gonna cry a lot. It's pretty wild. The audiobook process, it's 3 days. I had such a wonderful team. I can't even tell you. There are these 2 women. There's an engineer and a director who's, like, in just, remote because of COVID. And they were the most, like, soothing, like, wonderful people. It must be such an intense job because they have to, like, really make sure that you are saying everything correctly, and, they have to be so, on and, like, attentive, like, for 8 hours a day, and, yeah, I mean, I thought it was gonna be kind of a grueling process, but it was honestly like therapy. It was really soothing, and I hadn't, read the book, like, from start to finish in such a concentrated period of time since I wrote it, and so it was really nice to, like, refamiliarize myself with the book. I thought I was gonna be a mess. I really thought I was gonna cry a number of times, and I knew the certain spots that I was going to cry, but I only cried one time on the 2nd day. I cried during there's a part where my family, we go to Seoul. We found out that my mom's cancer is terminal, and, we go back to Seoul to kind of, like, have, like, this last good time and trip, and, everything just goes to shit, and I just, it was such a sad, like, maybe the most, like, sad part of my life was trying to, like, do something good and fun and have it just blow up in our face, and it was maybe, like, the most depressed that I have seen my mom, and there was just such an onslaught of, like, symptoms that happened. This is really depressing. I don't wanna go too far in it, but I got very sad and cried during that part, and they were very sweet about it, and, I had to take a little break. Does Marissa feature on the album for Mannequin Pussy? She does not, but, maybe someday we'll do that because Missy has become such a good friend of mine, and I love her. How did working with Alex G come about? I we went on tour with Alex, I think in 2018. No, 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 2017, and it was, like, such a blast. I love that band. Every single person in that band is spectacular person, human being. It was so much fun, and Alex is maybe one of my favorite songwriters of all time. I love his music. I'm so inspired by him, and he's such a fun, great person. And, I very shyly was just like, "Would you, like, maybe work on a song with me?" And he was really chill about it, and he was really, really fun to work with. He's very, like, sort of like it was a very chaotic session in a really great way. It was definitely, like, not a normal session where, like, usually it was a lot of, like, chasing him around with a microphone. He'd be like, "Can we plug this in?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, hold on, give me a second, I'll plug it in." And he'd be like, "No, no, no, we don't have time. We'll just do the piano." And it was just, like, such a really fun, like, spastic energy, where it was just, like, there are so many ideas, like, firing on all cylinders, and, it was very casual and fun, and yeah, it was great, and I really love that song. And that's the next single. That will be the next single. Don't tell. Is posing for cars related to Diving Woman at all? Both are 6:30-ish and either start or end their record, so I thought they could kind of be related. They're not really related, I don't think. Yeah, I'm trying to, like, draw similarities, but I don't really feel like they're that related beyond being long songs. I just like to I love a long song. I love to show off, that we can do that, I guess. And yeah, I mean, I think I just like to do that on records. Um, what are you most excited to play live from Jubilee? I I love, Kokomo, Indiana, and our live version of Tactics is also really, really special. Those 2 songs are real feelers, and I think that we're gonna really crush it live. Mm, FKA Raphael. Hi, Michelle. My question is, which director or what movie inspired you for this music video? What did inspire me for this music video? I was really inspired by Chris Cunningham's, All Is Full of Love video for Bjork. There's there was supposed to be a robot in this video. It did not happen. But, the tone of it is a lot slower than our other music videos, and so I was watching, like, I love the All Is Full of Love video, and that was a big inspiration. Trying to think of what else. Unintentionally, there's, like, a part that reminds us sort of Stranger Things. Uh, there was some references to, like, Punch Drunk Love because it takes place in a grocery store. There was a lot of, like, looking at how people shot grocery stores, I think, more than, particular directors. We were also really into I was also really into the Solange, music video for Lovers in the Parking Lot. There's a lighting gag that I, really like of just, like, flickering inside, that was also really inspirational. So it was mostly, like, other certain music videos were more of an inspiration, I think, for this one than particular directors. Yes, this is a little guitar in the background. Oh my god, I'm so excited, 8 more minutes. How am I doing on my first live YouTube, guys? What does the line Pooba coming in with all the cues. These are good cues, Pooba. I'm always drawn to your cues. What does the line "public pool, Miller Moon" mean on "Till Death"? Um, Miller Moon is like, on the Miller Moon bottle or on the Miller High Life bottle, there is a woman, like, on, like a sexy she's not even a sexy lady, but when I was a kid, my dad used to have, um, a Miller High Life, sign that where this woman was sitting on the moon, like a crescent moon, and I don't know why when I was younger, I thought that was, like, a very sexy thing. I thought it was, like, kind of scandalous, and, when I met my husband, we were drinking Miller High Life, or I have this memory of, like, meeting Peter and, we were drinking Miller High Life, and, he was, like, really stoned, and all me and all my friends went into this public pool, and he got scared and, like, ran away. So that's, like, a reference to that. Leah Antoinette Veloso asks, "Will you be making more food TikToks?" I am a very I don't know, honestly, like, making that TikTok took me, like, so long, and then I was like, "This better, like, get a million views," but then, of course, it's, like, not that great. I would like to believe that I'm gonna get better at making TikToks, but it is, like, I've been so busy lately that it takes so much out of me for, like, very little reward that, like, I am, yeah. Baby's alright in the chat. Hey, Greg. Hi, Karen. Karen's in the chat. But yeah, maybe someday, uh, more TikToks. It's really hard. Whoa, okay. Dead Owl asks, "How long has this been going?" I should have woken up earlier. Don't worry, Dead Owl, it's only been, maybe 25 minutes. We have, like, 5 more minutes until, the premiere of the video. Hi from Rhode Island. Hi, Derek. So much chat. Okay. What have you been playing over quarantine? Jack asks. You know what, Jack? I've been playing a lot of chess.com. And that's brought me great joy and also a lot of misery over the course of this quarantine. And I've also just recently started maybe my 20th farm on Stardew Valley because that is where I'm at in my life. Even though I just got a new Xbox and I should probably be playing some new games off of there. It's really hard for me in this moment in time to like get into new games, but I should be better about it. Uh, Best movie you've watched recently, Elizabeth asks. What was it? I really liked Black Bear. My friend Allie Pierce, who did the wardrobe on B Suite and also most recently, wait, she did the wardrobe on B Suite and Boyish. She did the wardrobe on the costume design. I never know what to call people in clothing and on film shoots, but she's amazing, and she was responsible for the clothing on the movie Black Bear with Aubrey Plaza, and I that was the last new movie I can remember watching that I really enjoyed. I liked Nomadland. It was maybe a little bit too smart for me at this current period of time where I can't handle very much. Okay, everyone watching will be automatically redirected to the video premiere once live stream ends. Okay, I have 4 more minutes to answer the cues. Bring them in hot, as Rory would never say. Rory does not say bring them in hot. He says coming in hot. Oh, Minari, of course. Yeah, Minari is like maybe one of the best movies I've seen this year for sure. It was. Thank you very much, Christine, for correcting me on that. That is an incredible movie. Everyone should watch it, and I loved it very much. There Wesley asks, would there be a physical release of the Sable soundtrack? There will be, and it is looking very beautiful. Greg Thuriotis, who is like the lead designer on the game and the lead artist and director of the game, he is doing the art. It looks amazing. He has sent me a lot of images of it recently, and it's going to be incredible. It's going to be 2 discs, and yeah, it'll be amazing. Ryan Madison just LOLing in the chat. Greg asks, Michelle, you're incredibly talented. I'm a drummer and I really do like drummer do. What's his name? He used to play other instruments than JB earlier. No, his name is Craig Hendricks. He's an amazing multi-instrumentalist. He has played every single instrument in Japanese Breakfast, except for he's taken every role except for mine. So he started on like keyboard pads. We really didn't take advantage of his talents and stuck him on keyboard pads in the very beginning. Then he was promoted to bass. Then he moved to lead guitar for the Slow Dive tour, and then he moved to the drums probably permanently for forever on. He's incredible. He's amazing. Go Craig Hendricks. Okay, we have 2 more minutes. Maybe Wawa or Sheets. Obviously Wawa. I am Philly gal. Not really, but I think Sheets is not as good as Wawa. Chris Swanson. If you were an X-Men character, who would you be? Well, it feels like I should be Jubilee, but I do think Jubilee is maybe a little annoying. I like Mystique. Right? That's her name. If I had any X-Men power, it would definitely be a shapeshifter, like Mystique. I don't like emotionally feel aligned with Mystique, but that's the power I would like to possess. Will there be signed copies of Crying in H Mart available in the UK? I'm not sure. I'm sure that I would like to hope that my publisher would like me to do that, and I am more than happy to do that. So probably, but I don't know for sure yet. Kevin is saying probably leave the chat. Well, thank you everyone. Okay, thank you everyone for joining me for the Q&A, my first YouTube live. I really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoy, the video. Bye.